We are live again. What's going on YouTube? It is your boy Zulu Gullah. Like, share, subscribe, comment, and we are gonna go in and make this clear. The manosphere puts you in under the impression that you know the main focus when it comes to trying to find a mate, trying to be in a relationship, trying to maintain a relationship, uh, to do your best to formulate marriage, household, and family. What's going on, Sals? They put you under the impression that everything's about what women do and what the government does. But, I've been emphasizing for so long that other men are your enemies. And as long as you know how to identify them, uh, then you'll know which brothers to fellowship with and which brothers to not fellowship with, right? Now, a lot of guys don't like it when I say this, but I tell guys that you need to have respect for the next man, especially when it comes to his woman, his household, and his family, all the way down to his dog. But we don't have that type of respect amongst each other in this society. Um, so when you complain about women, you got to realize that they don't do this stuff by themselves. They have somebody that they do this with. They do this with their friends and they do this with other men. When they do disrespectful things, cheat or whatever the case may be, that's unproductive to the relationship, right? So, and damaging to the relationship. That's just as well as if women aren't involved, it could be just another brother you come in contact with, just a bad, disrespectful brother, you know, no courtesy, trying to rob you, shoot you, kill you, whatever. Just as well as them trying to get with your woman, take your woman, sleep with her, whatever. In this space, it's not emphasized. They talk about Chads, Tyrones, and Pookies and Ray Rays. I think Pookies and Ray Rays caught the worst of it. But that's a flaw because I've been teaching people that Pookie and Ray Ray have problems with women too, and that Pookie and Ray Ray aren't the only guys that these women sleep with. Thus, they'll mention the Chad and Tyrone, but they try to separate them from Pookie and Ray Ray. And all these guys, different types of guys, are in these women's timelines. I want you guys to understand that the red pill isn't just for you to use against women. The red pill is for you to use in the arena of trying to have a woman and all the dangers and risks that can entail. So it's going to be many types of dangers and risks, and men will be a risk factor when you delve into the arena of trying to have a woman. Other men, we know about orbiters, we know about the man before you that the woman had, who she's in communication with at all times. And I've been taught this for years. A hater is somebody who dislikes you for what you have. And there are men out here who would dislike you for whatever it is that you have. And a lot of men would dislike you for your woman. Now, we know women attract a lot of attention, and sometimes they can't help it. It's all about how they handle it. But then what about the guy who won't give up? What about the guy who's disrespectful? What about the guy who won't take no for an answer? So you have guys like that. And a lot of these guys, they try to come off as if it's wrong for you to have to say something to another man in regards to your woman. which is not true. There are some dudes you're gonna have to say something to. Um, I've been hated on by dudes over females. You know, I don't know what these guys' experiences have been, but just because I get with a female, I got dudes talking about me, then I got dudes that's saying stuff to her when I ain't around. I've got dudes that's trying to tell her, compare themselves to me, they better than me. I've had dudes even try to say that I was cheating in order to pull a female away from me so they can get her. Uh, they don't talk about these things in a manosphere. They cover all this stuff up, and that's I had a policy. I got a policy that I've been telling you guys over and over again that I don't knowingly sleep with another man's woman. She has to hide that from me. Otherwise, I'm sending her back to him. And I tell females I don't share women. So that female knows if something ever transpires where she's uh, caught doing something with another man, she knows I told her from the beginning I don't share women. You have the covet. The covet is in the Bible. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor, wife, and household. There's a reason behind that. These guys don't preach that. Some of these guys are even the problem. Some of these guys in the ministry will sleep with somebody's girlfriend, wife, baby mama. They'll disrupt the whole household marriage. Some of these guys are the cause of divorces, and they don't want to talk about that because they have this messed up concept that nobody should say something to you if you sleep with somebody's woman. It's not the issue. There shouldn't be an issue with you. The issue is if you knowingly do it. If you don't know something, that's one thing. But if you knowingly do it and if you target somebody, that's a different ball game. And that scripture is in there for a reason because it is wrong to do that, right? Then you have the hater, somebody disliking another man, which goes against game. That's game code number one. Never be a hater. Somebody goes against another man because he has a woman that they want so bad that they'll do anything to get her. They'll lie, cheat, and steal, throw dirt on that man's name, throw him under the bus. You're not getting these teachings in the manosphere. The manosphere is full of shit, because there's a lot of different other things that you have to worry about when you try to acquire a woman. You know, I'm aware of these things. That's why I interview women and I set rules before they can even get a relationship. But I'm long gone passport, so y'all know how that go. But getting back into it, you got the work husband. The woman knows she's supposed to not be entertaining men outside the relationship. She is supposed to then discard all the men from the past, no contact with exes, no contact with dudes she ever slept with, dudes she's got categorized, dudes she has labeled as male friends, which really are associates and acquaintances because she's probably fucked them, went on dates with them, flirted with them, some kind of intimacy or dating interest, attraction. No contact with none of those dudes. No extra stuff at work with your male coworkers. I don't even deal with chicks who slept with somebody at their current job. If I find out a chick slept with somebody at their current job and they're all still there present together, working together every day, she's gone. I'm not dealing with that. I don't play those kind of games. I don't play these cesspool sex circles, everybody mingle, make each other friends, and everybody, be in contact on Instagram or social media somewhere. I don't play all these games. You know what I'm saying? When you meet a female, it's no contact with no other male except family members, limited work contact based upon job functions only and strictly, you know, um, business oriented if she's running a business. Nothing outside of that. I don't play these kind of games out here. And I've been emphasizing that for a long time. And people be trying to tell me that you too hard and, um, that I shouldn't be like it. No, I mean, what is it? Like, did you willingly, openly accept disrespect and stuff that's going to be a risk factor? I don't get it. Um, I don't like females trying to introduce me to dudes. I don't like none of that shit. So other men are potentially your enemy because most men are modern, just like the women that they complain about. We live in a. Do you know in the old days you could not say something like if you slept with somebody's wife and you knowingly did it, you could not say you can't have an issue with me. You got to have an issue with her. That didn't fly in the old days. In the old days, if you knew that was somebody's wife, the whole town and community would be like adulterous. You know what I'm saying? See, we're in a free for all. They want to tell you how to date. They want to give you game. They want you to pay for this, pay for that. They want to tell you to how to be smooth and clean cut, this, that, and the third. And then they want to tell you to just keep going out there and keep trying and even get married. These fools are still talking about marriage, but they don't never tell you the ins and the outs like we get over here. We get the ins and the outs. Okay. Women and men aren't to be trusted in your pursuit of trying to figure out how you're going to acquire a proper helpmate and have a long lasting relationship with that helpmate. Okay. They don't want to give you the ins and outs of that because they don't want to spill the beans and say, yeah, you shouldn't be dating, you should be courting. And yeah, America's fucked. Western society is fucked. You probably need to look elsewhere. And yeah, marriage is slavery, based upon the laws and stuff. They don't want to tell you that stuff straight up because they want to keep you going in circles. And then they don't really want to admit, as them being the man, this being the manosphere, that yeah, other men are going to be a danger to your quest into dealing with women the way that you want to deal with women. Other men are going to be a danger too. They don't want to tell you that, you know, just as much as they're a danger to you by everybody cash apping, super chatting, and donating to these clowns who give you nothing in return. Absolutely nothing. And it's so bad now that they have let women in, and women are making money, and women are making money before any other brother like you and me can make money. And they're making money off of all the males, the majority of males. So just know that the red pill, this is probably the third, fourth time I said this, the red pill is not just for you to recognize female nature. The red pill is for you to also be aware of when you engage the female, all the potential dangers based upon all the elements that surround in trying to interact with a female. Other males are in competition with you, whether in competition with them or not. I'm not in competition with these dudes out here over these chicks. I will give a chick away to a dude in a heartbeat. I have no time for it. If the chick doesn't have the dedication, the discipline, and sense enough to be loyal to me, I don't need her. Period. I will literally take a female's hand and put her hand in another dude's hand and point in the direction of the sunset that they need to walk to get the hell away from me, you know. And I'll go to the gym, I fix me something to eat, I go count some money, I'll talk to my daughter, I'll do something completely different other than worry about what the fuck they got going on. No sooner than I get them to fuck away from me. Because it shouldn't take that. A woman should be goddamn it 100% loyal if she fuck with you. And it's bad that we live in a day and age now where you got to tell grown-ups rules and regulations in order for, and everything is transactional now. Everything is business and transactional now. Yeah, it's gone. It's when sales is over. They be look every day on YouTube. They keep talking about dating. I just put out the most potent information about dating in my community post earlier this morning, and it ain't got no views yet. You know what I'm saying? Because people don't want the truth. Dating is evil. I keep saying it over and over again. The origin of dating came from a guy in the 1890s having a discussion about his girlfriend having negative behavior and stuff toward him, and the relationship was taking a downswing. Yeah, we got a troll in here. Get your ass up out of here. Got their ass out of here. But the guy specifically told his girlfriend he was having problems with. This is in the 1890s. Uh, this was an interview that he did, and he was being interviewed for an article then. And he told his girlfriend, so I guess the other guys are filling in my dates. That's the origin of it. So you're using a word and saying a word out of your mouth and practicing a word in the process that originated from a downswing or a problem in a relationship versus building one. And then the later use in the early 1900s described women and their activities that first encountered the city and were on their own and frequenting men, and men would, buy them gifts and buy them food and do stuff with them. And the authorities and other people that were still traditional and what they would call proper would call them charity girls and whores. And you wonder why women today are hooked on dates. Uh, they love to get free food from guys, and they love to categorize guys and try to get many different things out of many different guys. And they play that game for so long where you'll be dating them and you don't know who are they're dealing with and what they're doing with these guys. You know what I'm saying? This is when all that poly by default comes in. I'll be telling y'all about. It's not a building block or a stepping stone to a relationship. Dating is evil. It turns people into whores. That's what it does to people. And women have the advantage because women have access to sex. So it turns their mindset so crazy and twisted and lewd that you'll be in a whole relationship with a woman, and the whole time you're in a relationship with a woman, this woman is talking to all kinds of men through social media and through her telephone, and won't think nothing of it. You would think, you know, the cheating would be dick in the pussy, but the actual cheating, the cheating that's really bad is the addiction to attention and the phone and the communication and access to many men electronically, because that's where it starts, and they can't do anything. They just can't overcome that. So what I'm telling you guys is, man, don't listen to these content creators. You know what I'm saying? When they try to tell you you shouldn't have an issue with it, dude. Like, I know some content creators that was sleeping with people's wives and taking people's women from them, and I called them out. And everybody tried to put it on the hush, and I was like, you can't promote marriage and togetherness when you're sleeping with somebody else's wife. Who does that? You know what I'm saying? And then it was a reference like, I'm trying to say the black community. You can't say the black community. The black community is done. Shut up. That's propaganda. You adding in a bunch of stuff to try to make your whole niche and your pitch sound good to sell. No, it doesn't work on me. Yeah. I would say you know what I'm saying? We about to take off like a rocket, man. So um if you ever want to get in there, man, leave me a message or a comment, man. I need to get in there. But to right, this is years ago. I seen an episode where Migos, rest in peace, Takeoff, was in a Waffle House, and Offset, way before he was even dealing with Cardi B, was trying to secretly send a message to this little red bone chick that was in there eating with her boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? And he was getting the Waffle House staff to help him sneak that message to her. And it's like, like you a millionaire, man. You famous, you're a millionaire. You wanna take a woman from another man that sat in the Waffle House, a little regular kid, not bothering nobody and shit like that. You want to take this man woman for him, and you can have any woman in the world. You can have many women in the world. And you just be wondering where dudes' minds is at. Dudes think that shit's okay. You know what I'm saying? And you disrespecting that dude. First of all, you in his presence, disrespecting him, and you try to skip over it and pull some type of uh I guess smoke screen to say, oh well, it's on the chick if she do this. No, that man is there with his woman. Leave them alone. But guys can't make this distinction because they want to put a wool over your ass and say that you should never stand up for someone when you got the right to stand up for something. Now, it's true enough that nobody should get into an altercation fight or get killed. But then in some cases, like some people can create these situations by being disrespectful to people. Everybody's not gonna play it cool, you know. Then you got Pharrell. I remember Pharrell went to two red carpets. He went to a red carpet one year with one chick. The next year he didn't have a chick with him. And the host asked him where was that lady from last year. He said she was with another guy, but then this is the same guy. Him in the Snoop Dogg video telling women cheat on your man is how you get at his head. Okay, so she cheated on you. You know. But I want you guys to be careful, man. I want you guys to be aware of the orbiters, the many different men that are out there. You got some men who just don't care. They're whoremongers. You got men who just gonna sleep with any and everything. They don't care about nothing. They feel like should nobody say nothing. Uh, and they do stuff knowingly. They know who all the woman deals with, who she's married to, got kids by, started a family with. They know and they don't care. You got dudes out here that's like that. Um, but just check out the chat. I mean the details that I left, and in the description, and just read over, man. These are facts, man. That's out there in the dating market, in the relationship market, in the marriage market. That's out there. Everything that I put in the description is out there. Okay, and these are dudes. It's not just women. Okay, but this is your boy Zulu Gullah. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I'm gonna holler at y'all later, man. Gonna cut it short tonight, man. Uh, I'm trying to keep these streams coming. Yeah, man, these females confused, Sal's. They, it's crazy out here. I passport. I deal with Eastern cultures. Right now, I'm in Ethiopia. I'm not dealing with this foolishness no more. I quit. Once I discovered dating was evil, that was the deciding factor for me. I've been knowing about all the other stuff that I talked about. You know what I'm saying? But I would have to wrap my mind around why in the fuck do I have to fucking date? You know what I'm saying? And then I will always discover everything that I learned as far as especially how to interview a chick and the right questions to ask and stuff like that to put them on the spot. I learned it through seeing like how they date, because I was a courter. I had to learn the difference between courting and dating, and I realized courting and dating don't mix. That people try to combine them, and it's either courting or you're not doing nothing at all. You know what I'm saying? You're going about it the wrong way. And these little young 24-year-old chicks and stuff, man, you can't even fault them because they probably haven't even seen courting. Probably don't have male father figure or male figures. They don't have anything. They're all impulse and feelings and urges and hormones and dopamine. That's all they are. You know, third baby and a lesbian, 24 years old. That's pitiful, man. That's crazy, man. But I see it. You're absolutely right. Because it goes on here too. It's just about everywhere now. And what's gonna happen is this chick is going to produce some of the worst children ever. Like you think these younger generation adults that you deal with now have uh, a reasoning factor that can't really be reached. It's just like more so full of opinions and excuses and one justification after another versus when you show proof and evidence and their own behavior, they just keep going in circles. Those kids really gonna be twisted. So I'm multitasking too. So let me see here. Shit. Yeah, I confirmed it. Yeah, I'm multitasking here too. So 24 years old at my job, was a lesbian last year, now she's pregnant. Yeah. Yep. Because the first two baby daddies realized she wasn't shit. They couldn't do nothing with her. They probably wasn't shit. She tried a lesbian. Uh, lesbian probably got tired of that bullshit, and then now some other dummy done came along. It's just never ending. Yeah, it's sad. There is nobody in the manosphere that can tell me I'm not telling the truth. There's nobody in the manosphere that can tell me I'm not telling the truth. And here's another thing too. You got a bunch of dudes in the manosphere that talk about the passport bros, but don't even got a passport. They don't even talk to foreign women. I corresponded with foreign women for 2 years and then traveled. I had my passport for 2 years. How are you going to talk about something and you haven't even done it, can't even do it? And when I say they can't even do it, because a lot of these guys, even if they get a passport, they're already married or got women. So they can't go see what we already see. So they have no right to give any type of commentary on the matter. You know, giving a lot of theoretical information and answers just based upon your opinion. These dudes are weird, man. That's another thing that they do that makes them your enemy. They have no experience in the subject at hand to say anything. Yep. And see, that's prime example. Prime example, Sal's. Going back into the description, the work boo. The work boo is an extension of being tacky, sleeping with people at your job. That's why I told you, if I meet a female and she slept with somebody at her job, we ain't got nothing coming. You will not go to work every day to go up in there to see that person you done slept with, think you're gonna be in a relationship with me. It's not gonna happen. Well, the manosphere dudes cannot talk about the passport bros and they can't put off tricking and prostitution and all that stuff on passport bros. First and foremost, dudes in the manosphere teach being a whore. And then tricking has been accepted in the manosphere. You know, they want to criticize a trick, but if you listen to them closely, they tell you how much money you're supposed to have in order to have a woman and you're supposed to pay for everything and there's no 50-50. You know, so they want to emphasize money and how you present yourself with your money. Then they say never leave with your wallet. So like they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Don't leave with your wallet, but yet have money. You got to have a certain amount of money to have a fucking woman. But then if you spend money, you're a fucking trick. I do the same thing, Salves. All right, man. Look, tunnel vision. When I'm at work, I got tunnel vision. Women, I may say hi. That's it. We are not about to stand in front of each other and have a conversation. I do not conversate with women at my job unless it's about a task that's going to get me paid. You know, I don't hang with coworkers, and I don't see coworkers after work. Uh, I will never sleep with a woman at my job. It is not going to happen. I have never done it, and it's not going to happen. And I've always believed that was tacky. And when I see people at work doing that, that lets me know that these people are out of control. They have no standards. So, nah. But I get it, Sals, and you're doing the right thing. I don't care what these chicks look like, man. You know what I'm saying? And I've had some fine chicks at my job. There's a couple of them that's fine, but no, they just look at me like I don't do a lot of talking at work. I don't talk at work. I don't hardly talk to anybody. It's about my money every day. It's about my money. Yeah, because most dudes are stupid, and that's another thing you need to learn about men. Most men are stupid for women. No matter how long the manosphere has been in effect, no matter how much we try to, sprinkle a brother with some game and some information, dudes are going to be stupid for women. It is inevitable. And the only thing that's changing the game right now is the passport movement, because the passport bros are the different tiers of middle class of men. So these are the men that actually were traditional and were doing the dating process to where women would actually get a date or offer of a date and even an offer of a commitment from one of us. They can't get these dates and meetups and activities and commitments and offers of a commitment from these other dudes out here because it's a big gap. When you take out the middle class, right? Just think about it. The passport bros are all pretty much primarily a makeup of the middle class. Some of them are in the top uh, 20 to 1%, because it's some rich dudes that I'm in a group with. It's some filthy rich dudes. You know what I'm saying? That's passport bros have been doing it for a long time, even before the movement on in this space. You take that middle class out, that's a big chunk of men gone, and you got a big gap between the top tier men and the low level men. And then the women, the majority of women are in the middle class of the guys that are leaving. So it's a problem because the core guys that can fuel the dating market are checking out, literally. And yeah, these chicks will probably still meet up with a guy. They can probably go do something, you know, regular or something like that. But most of these guys is just meeting up with these chicks to smash. You know what I'm saying? Usually when these chicks, I'm gonna tell you something, man. Usually when these chicks is looking for a relationship, they've been out here smashing and they can't get anything from the dudes that they dealing with. I've heard this come out of their mouths. Like, yeah, I've been dealing with dudes, but they don't do nothing for me. I can't get nothing out of them. So that's what they do, is they start looking for somebody to do stuff for them. And the only way to do that is to start actively dating. Okay. So that's where this comes from, man. You know what I'm saying? And this is why they're getting mad. They try to say they don't care. They try to say that you're undesirable. They try to say nobody wanted you. In all actuality, though, all those guys that they friend zone, or the guys that actually would take them on a date, they know you're the ones that's leaving. Yeah, and as far as these dudes having conversation with these chicks and stuff like that, man, I be honest with you, I don't really even talk to chicks as far as having conversations where I'm crediting them or even finding it beneficial. Like, it's literally, if I don't really have anything to talk about with them and something to do with them, I'm not really wanting to talk to them. They're too unpredictable. They're inconsistent. They're very contradicting. They're very hypocritical, very childlike, not reliable, and in a lot of cases they can cause trouble and a nuisance. And I just really just deal with them sparingly. I look down at them as they need to be guided, but I don't really talk to them too much because with it being 22 going into 23, and we've already went through so many different phases of the risk factor of interacting with women and certain conversations and things that can't be said amongst them. It's just like, man, it's pointless to me. It's even more pointless to me that you hear these manosphere guys still keep talking about dating. I just don't understand it, man. I really don't. Yeah, but these dudes be really pressed to talk to these females, man. I'm not pressed. I don't want to hear them talk. You know, bring me water, hot rag and a towel, and open your legs. And that's it. Unless you're from an Eastern culture and you can stimulate me with some high quality femininity, I don't have nothing to engage you with. Nothing. And I can tell you something, man. When you go to them Eastern cultures and that femininity start coming out of these females and bouncing off of you, yeah, yes, sir. Then you'll really know then like the difference. I mean, literally, you can smell it. You know what I'm saying? You can feel it and you can smell it. But yeah, man, Sal's keep grinding, man. I'm telling you, man, it ain't gonna get no better, man. These dudes don't know. You can't tell these dudes, man. They are not going to know, man. It just got to keep hitting hard mainstream for them to finally catch wind and be like, damn, that's been going on. Yep, and I bet them dudes would be dumb enough to sleep with these chicks they work with. It's fucking stupid, man. But anyway, man, this is your boy Zulu Gullah, man. Like, share, subscribe, comment, man. Sal's, man, join the Lifestyle Boys Facebook group, man. Come on through. I gotta get up out of here. It's late, man. Y'all have a good night. Y'all be blessed, man. I'm gonna tap in with y'all tomorrow morning.